my real test. To train them is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Each Pokemon to understand the power that's inside.
The purpose of yoga is to look deep within yourself and find your true potential. Now you're probably wondering, how the hell could Pokemon relate to yoga? Well, the purpose of Pokemon and their trainer is to be the best they can possibly be through a series of training. This can be anywhere from mental to physical training. The point is, yoga shares similar approaches to becoming the best one can be. On top of that, there are several different types of Pokemon that share characteristics that can easily be compared to different schools of yoga. One very important concept of yoga is the idea of the self. The self is the core of human consciousness. Kundalini Yoga is known as the yoga of subtle energy. The purpose is to learn control of all the energies of the mind and body. These energies are coiled at the base of the spine. Some techniques used are meditation, visualization, breathing techniques, and the purification techniques used in Hatha Yoga. There are 3 levels of energy that runs through the spine, and 7 centers called chakras. So what does Eevee have to do with the 7 chakras? Let me tell you. Eevee can evolve in 7 different ways. First, Leafeon, which is associated with the earth. Second, Vaporeon is associated with the water element. Third, Flareon as the fire element. Fourth, Glaceon as an air element, so just think of a cold Arctic breeze. Fifth, Jolteon, which is associated with hearing. Since it's an electric type, think of thunder and lightning. Sixth, Espeon to represent cognitive abilities, since it's a psychic type. And seventh, Umbreon to contrast against the illumination of our consciousness. Eevee can represent the self, and since it has the potential to evolve into 7 different types, it can be associated with how some people are more like certain types of chakras. Pertaining to the self, there are several different obstacles that can inhibit the growth. These obstacles represent walls that prevent self-realization. In yoga, there are 5 obstacles of growth. Aversion simply means to avoid doing what you don't want to do. Snorlax is the epitome of lazy. All he does is eat and sleeps and tries to avoid doing anything else. Don't be a Snorlax. Mewtwo is not only bitter and hateful towards everyone, but he believes that he's a superior Pokemon. Egoism is an exaggerated sense of self. Fear comes from the knowledge that our body is imperishable. Although Haunter is a ghost Pokemon, he is the epitome of fear, in the sense that he causes fear in others. Misty Psyduck has no idea who he is or what's going on. He doesn't seem to understand his self and how he affects the world. Ignorance is when one is unaware of their surroundings and of their self. Desire is longing for pleasure, and pleasure only. Jinx is an overly dependent, extremely affectionate female Pokemon. Jnana Yoga seeks knowledge within oneself through self-analysis. The purpose of this yoga is to understand delusions and attachment but focus on rationalizing it to see the reality. Xatu is a wise Pokemon that has the ability to see the past in one eye and the future in the other. Hatha Yoga focuses on the mind and body and tries to purify and strengthen it through meditation in order to reach enlightenment. Enlightenment is when spiritual knowledge or insight is achieved through a higher state of consciousness. Postures are an important part of Hatha Yoga. These postures each serve a purpose, such as increasing flexibility, improving breathing, and exercising the spine, and have spiritual and psychological benefits. Mental, physical, and spiritual discipline are all essential in this yoga. Meditate meditates in order to increase inner strength and spiritual powers. Bhakti Yoga focuses on both love and devotion to form one's personality. This yoga is closer to traditional religion than any other form of yoga and includes ritual worship, chanting, and the worship of a god. Pikachu endures a lot of seemingly impossible situations in order to make Ash happy. Karma Yoga, also known as the yoga of action, teaches us to act selflessly without any attachment to an outcome. It disciplines us to overcome selfishness, laziness, and pride. Those who practice karma yoga learn to serve others without having to believe in a religion, god, or spirit. They serve others without expecting any gain from it. Chansey loves helping others, and although it's rare to find them in the wild, you can usually find them in the Pokemon centers healing others. Mantra yoga is based heavily on sacred chanting. Repetition of sounds help transform an individual consciousness. Is considered the most basic level of vibration and is frequently used, although some believe the use of is ineffective. Togepi constantly chirps and chants while moving its arms. Raha Yoga is known as a psychological yoga and emphasizes mental control. There are 8 limbs in Raha Yoga before reaching self-actualization. 1. Abstentions refers to avoiding certain behaviors. 2. Observances, which are following laws, morals, and/or rituals. 3. Postures, which refers to the ability to stay still within a certain amount of time in a certain position. 4. Control of vital energy, learning breath control. 5. Interiorization means to shut off the senses. 6. Concentration involves extreme focus on an object. 7. Meditation is self-reflection. And 8. Illumination refers to achieving spiritual or intellectual enlightenment. Alakazam mastered every psychic ability and is a master of mind control.